Hey folks, Mr. Modern Survival here. Going to do a quick video today. It's a little windy out here under the shed, so hope that doesn't bother you. But as you can tell by what's laying on the table in front of us here, we're going to be dealing with the subject of a tactical vest or an assault vest or load-bearing harness, whatever you want to call it. There's all kinds of different terminologies. But basically, it's what you wear when you're in a defensive situation. More importantly, an assault type situation where you're assaulting another location where you know you're going to need a certain amount of equipment going into said battle, or for retreat defense in a WROL situation or an SHTF situation where that you are assuming, or maybe you already have the information and you're certain that there's going to be an aggressor force coming against your retreat or your home or wherever it is that you may be. That is the idea behind wearing this type of a tactical vest or an assault vest. Now, the whole mentality behind the concept of wearing one of these is not because it looks cool, even though it might look cool. It's not because it's comfortable, definitely, because they're not comfortable. I don't care what type you have or what brand you have or how long you've worn it or broke it in. It still doesn't feel like a t-shirt. It's still, it's still a heavy piece of equipment. But the mentality behind it is much like the mentality of a carpenter who wears a tool rig or a tool belt, whatever it is that he wears, because he needs his equipment at hand at all times. And so that's the idea behind the Tac-Vest, having the proper equipment at hand when you need it. And so this is my Tac-Vest. I want to show real quick a lot of different styles, a lot of different kinds. Go check out Such Double Alt. Has a great video where he shows, he reviews several different types, from harnesses to like an LC1 type harness, to web gear, to a MOLLE vest, which is a MOLLE vest. Small ones, large ones, really in-depth ones, and very simple ones. If you want to get an across-the-board idea of what most of these things look like, then this is not the video. I just want to show you my setup and give you a couple of pointers on setting up your Tac-Vest. Now, let me say this. You will have no idea how to set up your tactical vest until you wear it for an extended period of time. There is nothing like wearing this thing in the woods, on your property or wherever it may be. Throw it on, go hiking, hike. I'm not talking about 30 minutes, walking around Lake Junaluska or something like that. I'm talking about putting this thing on with all of your gear in there, all the weight, everything that you plan on carrying in a WROL situation, and go take a 6-8 hour hike. Spend the day on a trail in the national forest or something of that nature. And be sure to follow the laws in your local jurisdiction wherever you may be. You might not be able to have the loaded magazines and things like that, or a gun handy, just depending on what kind of park you're in. It'd be nice if you had a private piece of property where you could walk with your loaded magazines, your loaded weapon, everything that you're going to carry in a WROL situation, maybe even your battle rifle in your harness or sling that you're going to have it carried in. So you can't just look at it and say, well, this looks good here, that looks good there, this looks good here. You actually put it on there, you put the vest on, you wear it, and that's going to tell the tale on where it's going to rub, where it's not going to be comfortable, or more importantly, where some things are not going to be accessible. And comfort is a huge issue, because you want to be comfortable wearing this thing as much as possible. In other words, if there's a spot up here that rubs my neck raw, then 4 or 5 hours into wearing this thing, I'm not going to be a happy guy. And I'm going to adjust my walk. I'm going to adjust the way that I move. I'm going to be adjusting things that I don't need to be adjusting in order to make me more comfortable. But let me just show mine really quickly, what I've got going on here. First of all, I've got my bare bones, very basic first aid kit here. It's military issue. Snaps open, comes right out there. I've got some different type stuff in there. I'm not going to bore you by getting into all that, what's in here. Got some quick clot, some just bandages, some dressing, sutures, that kind of thing. Basically what you would need in a really quick, ugly situation is there. Snaps close. It is Molly compatible, so it snaps right onto the vest right there. I've got an all-purpose pouch up here that's actually empty right now. Normally what I've got in there are some extra radio components and things like that, communication type components. What I've got here is kind of cheesy to a lot of guys, but I like it. I've got just a very cheap LED flashlight. I've got it zip tied to a piece of paracord, which is tied off to the vest. That way, in battle, if you're running through an assault and you drop this thing, it's not going to fall to the ground. You're going to have your flashlight. If you're searching with your flashlight and you need to change magazines really quickly, or if you need to, get a hold of your weapon really quickly and drop the flashlight, you don't have to either drop it and leave it, or you don't have to be fumbling trying to put it back into a pocket or a pouch. That's why I did that. I'm a big fan of paracord. So as far as magazines go, ammunition, I have this 3-mag pouch here for AR-15, M16. Got 3 loaded magazines in there, 30-round P-mags. I have adapted my P-mags a little bit in case you notice, and got some paracord attached here. I may do a video on that, but I may not because it's just so stupid simple. You just take your floor plate off, cut your paracord, burn the ends of it. That way it's not unraveling. Put it through the slot on the bottom of your magazine, and put your floor plate back on. Very, very, very simple, very easy. But there's got 3, so there's 90 rounds, 90 extra rounds of 5.56 here in these. Up in this pouch right here, I keep 2 Glock mags, Glock 17 mags, 17 rounds in each of those. Now, I have the ability, I actually have another 3-round pouch here, and in the event of a really, really ugly situation, socioeconomic collapse, EMP, whatever, the poo finally does hit the fan, like we've been saying all these years, this will probably be removed, and there'll probably be a second 3-round magazine holder here with 3 more P-mags there. One thing that I learned with the retreat defense class that I took with Practical Preppers LLC down in South Carolina, I learned that the one-shot, one-kill method is not going to be effective in a WROL situation, and there may very well rise the need to use suppressive fire. And if you're using suppressive fire, then you're going to use a lot of ammunition. And so I got to noticing that Southern Prepper 1 and guys like that who have actually been in combat and they've had to use suppressive fire, they carry 14, 15, 16, 18 magazines sometimes. And so I felt a little light with my vest set up right here. But in the event of an ugly situation, there's definitely going to be more magazines here. I wear this vest when I compete sometimes in some competitions around here. So that's the reason there's only 3 magazines in there right now, because that's all I need. Back here, I keep a fighting knife, one of my favorites. I've had it for a very long time. Very good friend gave it to me. I keep that tucked in back there where it's not going to fall out. I've just got it clipped onto the molly there. Over here I've got my canteen. I'm a big fan of these French military surplus canteens, if you can see that right there, because they're aluminum, they're metal. It comes with the tray down here. You have the ability to boil if you need to, and also it keeps the water nice and cool. This particular Tac-Vest is a Colt brand. It's cheap. I think I got this thing at Smoky Mountain Knife Works down in Sevierville, Tennessee for like 30 bucks. Paid nearly nothing for it, and have made some minor adjustments to the way that it's set up, and it fits me really nice. It feels really good. I just really like the way it works. Now, some of you may be noticing there's no place here for my pistol. Well, it's because I'm so used to having my sidearm on my belt, strong side, that I have adapted this this particular vest in such a way to where the vest will actually tuck down beside the grip of my Glock 17, and then the belt will go around the outside of my belt holster that is already on the belt that I wear. And it felt, I tried it a few times, and then I wore it all day long at the retreat defense training at Practical Preppers LLC. Never had a problem with it. I think that's going to work for me very well. If a lot of guys have the holster up here, for their sidearm. They have their Glock or their 1911 or whatever it is up here, so they can draw from here on their chest. That's fine. That does, if that works for you, that works for you. But it doesn't work for me because I have trained for so long, having worked in law enforcement and having shot IDPA and some other things like that, and just constantly drilling yourself on your concealed carry techniques. I carry strong sight. I always have, so that's where I want to keep that. Got some D-rings up here for your harness or your sling, your rifle sling, if need be, up here. These are not taped off right now. They're going to get taped off because they're loud when you run. They clink, clink, clink when you run. Got the O-poop handle back here where the guys can get a hold of you and drag you back. Got some Velcro on the back, and it's molly all across the back. If you need to put stuff back there, that's fine. I personally don't like having anything on my back in case I need to roll over and move around on the ground some. So that's just a real quick video. I hope you enjoyed it. The one thing that I want to stress out of this video about tactical vests is set your vest up, wear your vest for an extended length of time while you're hiking, fishing, hunting, whatever it is, and get to where you know that your vest is going to work for you. That's the only way that you're ever going to get comfortable with your setup. This is my setup. You figure out your setup. This is Mr. Modern Survival. Stay safe, keep prepping, God bless, and plan to attend the Sensible Mountain Preparedness Conference seminar May 4th and 5th at Ridgecrest Conference Center in Black Mountain, North Carolina. I'll be speaking. A bunch of other guys. Looking forward to it. Hope to see you there.